My name is Dick Boak. We're at the Martin Guitar Company. I'd like to tell you just a little bit about the guitar making process. We start with the finest materials, typically rosewood from East India, mahogany from South America, ebony from Africa, spruce from the Pacific Northwest typically, and these are the finest, most optimum materials that you can use. After the materials are brought here, we season them for a long time before they're brought into the actual process. The parts are cut out downstairs in our machine room, brought upstairs for assembly, and the very first step in the assembly process would be side bending, which typically was done over hot irons, heated to about 400 degrees, and many different sizes and shapes of guitars. Then the sides are glued up to their respective blocks, a front block which will accept the neck, and a rear block which supports the bottom of the guitar. And then the end piece is installed near the strap button, and the ribbon lining, which is made of Spanish cedar from Central America, is installed using clothespins around the perimeter of the sides. After that, the rim, as it's called, is carefully prepared for the fitting of the top and the back. In the meantime, the top and the back have been braced, and the braces have been sculpted to their lowest common tonal denominator, carefully fit to the rim and glued into place. The excess carefully trimmed off and bound, the binding being the decorative inlay that protects the edge of the guitar from dents. Once this is done, then the guitar can be sanded, and the neck then starts with the truss rod installed inside the neck, the fingerboard glued into place, the frets, which are the metal pieces that determine the notes, those have been installed. The neck can then be hand fit to the body, and this is the most crucial part of the process, in that the neck fit determines how the guitar is going to play. So it's very important, and probably the most difficult of the jobs. Once the neck and the body are fit, they're encoded with a number, and they go their separate ways through lacquering and come out the other side after about 3 weeks. A very arduous process of putting the lacquer on. Once the lacquer is polished, the neck and body are rejoined together and glued together, and you have what looks like a guitar for the first time. Then the bridge can be installed. The bridge has to be perfectly located so that the intonation and noting of the guitar is correct. Then the guitar goes to the final inspectors, and in that area the final inspectors will string the guitar up, add the pick guard, set the action to player comfort, tune the guitar up, and send it into the warehouse for about 8 days. And during that 8 days, the tension of the strings, which is about the same as hanging a teenager off of the very thin soundboard, everything moves around a little bit. The neck will typically come up, the top will lift a little bit, and after 8 days we readjust the guitar, set the action perfectly, and the instrument is packed in a case and ready to ship all over the world to the Martin dealers and customers that are waiting for them. The thing that sets Martin guitars apart from most other guitars is that they define what a guitar is. And they've been used by virtually every artist that plays guitars that you can think of, from Jimmie Rodgers, the father of country music, to Lester Flatt and Earl Scruggs and Elvis Presley, Neil Young, Crosby, Stills and Nash, Paul McCartney and John Lennon, and George Harrison, Tom Petty, John Mayer. If you can think of anybody that plays acoustic guitar, it's probable that they play Martin guitars. We're a historical company, and we're also a very forward-thinking and innovative company. And from my perspective, the most important thing that we can do is put incredible tools into the hands of great musicians. This guitar is very specific. This guitar is a certified wood model made for Sting. It's the smallest 6-string guitar that we make, and it has strings that are an octave above standard pitch. This is often referred to as Nashville tuning, it has a very crystalline and almost harpsichord sound.